Welcome back, boys and girls, to part 2 of day 2 of reviews and routines. Now we're going to take a look at the phonics. Phonics are the letters and the sounds they make. And so let's go ahead and take a look at our screen here. Do you remember what this card is called? Did you say octopus? If you did, you're right. There's an octopus. And an octopus has the short O vowel sound. We say ah, ah, ah. And we write it with the O, an O like this. So when you are making the short vowel O sound, you say ah, ah, ah. Open your mouth a little bit. And then you can, if you open this up, and let me go ahead and get that to present mode, just a moment. And thanks for being patient with me learning all this stuff. So you open your mouth and hold your lips in a circle. Ah. Put your tongue on the bottom of your mouth and use your voice to say ah, ah, with the sound coming from the back of your mouth. So that is the short vowel O sound, and later we're going to blend some words with the ah, ah sound. I think you practiced that in first grade. And so I'm hoping this is a review. If not, we'll take a look at some of these, the words and blend them together to practice. So when you have this slideshow, you're going to have a chance to go into watch these short little videos, recognize Cookie Monster from Sesame Street, and the sound for the short O here with see it, say it, sign it. And I'm going to play this video in a second. Now you'll see these two links, but to play the balloon pop game and the sorting objects game, you're going to need to go into Clever Benchmark Advanced, and that'll be assigned in your Clever Benchmark Advanced assignments. Ask your teacher if you're not sure how to get there, but you can play these cool games on sorting the short O vowel sounds. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
Jack Cartman, Kids Music Channel.
See it, say it, sign it, letter O in the alphabet. See it, say it, sign it, letter O in the alphabet. To sign letter O, curl your fingers, touch your thumb, make an O. This is the sign for O. O, O. This is the sign for O. Letter O in the alphabet. O says ah, octopus, octopus, octopus. O says ah, octopus. It's fun to sing and sign. O says ah, opposite, opposite, opposite. O says ah, opposite. It's fun to sing and sign. See it, say it, sign it, letter O in the alphabet. See it, say it, sign it, letter O in the alphabet. O says O, ocean, ocean, ocean. O says O, ocean. It's fun to sing and sign. O says O, open, open, open. O says O, open. It's fun to sing and sign. See it, say it, sign it, letter O in the alphabet. See it, say it, sign it, letter O in the alphabet.
Oh, that's so cool. We got to see it, say it, and sign it, which is very cool to learn how to do sign language too. All right, and then when you get a chance, this is going to be, this whole video is going to be on your Google Classroom if you need to rewatch it or need help with something. But you can also look at the Cookie Monster and his work with the short O vowel sound. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some short O vowel blends, some words that have the short O sound in them. So I'm not going to read all of these with you, but I want you and mom and dad, if you can, to go back and when you get a chance to read these words together. You practice reading them aloud. So this is how we're going to do it. I know this says ob together. So and do you remember what sound this makes? It's the C and it makes the k, ob, cob. Letter G says g, ob. Gob. Do it with me, boys and girls. The letter J says j, job, job. L says ob, lob. M says, what sound does that say? Ob, mob, ob, rob. The R says r. And the letter S says sob, sob. Let's do a couple of these and then I'll ask you to practice with mom and dad when you have time. B says og, bog. So O, the short O, g. And G says g, og, k, og, cog. D says d, dog. F says og, fog. H says og, hog. What does J say again? Jog, jog. And what does L say? That's right. Ooh, log, log. Now let's review. What's this short vowel sound? Say it with me. Ah. Ah, so up, up, k, up, cup, up, hop, up, mop, up, pop, up, top. Now I'd like you with mom or dad or big brother or sister help you to blend the ot sound words and the ox. That letter X makes that cool. That's one of my favorite letters, the x sound, ox. See if you can practice these and blend them together when you're not online with your classroom teacher anymore. And finally, we're going to take a look at our second day journal review. And our topic today is write about something you have a hard time doing. As I mentioned at the beginning of our very first lessons today, everybody has a hard time doing some things, and some things are easier. Something that might be hard for me could be easy for you. And maybe something that's hard for you might be easy for someone else. And that's okay. When we try and we don't give up, that's how we learn. It's okay to make mistakes and we work together. So let's pause the video and think about what is something that you have a hard time doing. And let's share with your teacher and your classmates. Some things that are hard for me that I was thinking about is, well, this is a big one. It's fun, but it's kind of hard at the same time, is learning how to teach through the computer. I sure do miss you guys. That's hard. That's another thing, not getting to work with you guys in person. And another thing that's hard for me is making sure I get enough exercise to stay healthy. So I kind of came up with 3 different things topics that I could write about. And I want to think about which one do I want to write about today in my journal. So I've decided I'm going to write about, let me go ahead and I'm going to write about well, here's another topic. I'm sorry I didn't share this one. That sometimes if I go to school, go to bed too late, it's really hard for me to get up on time in the morning. Now, this is how I set up my journal. Take a look. Do you notice it has a greeting here? Dear, it starts with the word dear and a capital D. And then I'm writing to my journal or diary and I put a comma at the end. If you're doing a postcard like Samantha was, I would say dear, or like Sarah was, I'd say dear Sam and comma. and I write a big letter for the name of the person, a capital letter that's called when you make it big size, capital letter. Then I'm going to go into my body of my journal. Now today I'd like you to try to write 1 or 2 sentences. You can write more if you want, but see if you can write 1 or 2 sentences. And here's my first sentence. I start every sentence with a capital letter and I end it all the way over here with an end mark. In this case, it's a period. And I know it has to be a complete thought. So let's see if I've written a complete thought. Sometimes if I stay up too late at night, it's hard for me to get up for school on time. That's a complete thought. So I have a capital and the sentence is about me and staying up too late and having a hard time getting to school on time. And every sentence has to have an end mark. That could be a period in this case, or a question mark, or like down here, here's an exclamation mark. But we don't want our sentences to all blend together because then it's hard for the reader to know where one thought ends and the next one begins. Let's take a look at the next sentence. I'm going to go to bed earlier, like at 8 p.m. and set an alarm to help me get up in the morning. I started with a capital letter again, and I have an end mark, a period. It's a complete thought. I'm going to bed and I'm going to get up earlier. So that's a complete sentence. And my last sentence says, here's that capital I, begins with a capital letter. I hope it works, and ends with an exclamation mark. Then I go into my closing of my journal. You can start with the word love like I did, or your friend, or sincerely. You could say from or by. There's all different words you could use for your closing. But the first letter is going to start with a capital letter again and ends with a comma, and underneath goes your name. So I wrote my name down here. So today, what we're going to ask you to do in your Google Classroom is the Journal 2 assignment. Sorry about that, it went on to play. The Journal 2 assignment of your Google Classroom. Your teacher will help you to find that. And you're going to write 1 to 2 sentences about the topic of something that is hard for you to do. And you might even think about what are some things you could do, like I did, to make it easier. Going to bed earlier, setting an alarm. Those help me out if I think about something that's hard and problem solve with a way to make it better. Hey, we'll see you later on, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.